Tried to do several videos and I keep messing up. So I'm going to do this one first because I keep exposing my telephone number. Okay, this is L. Matthews from the Bridge, and I gave him my information. Okay, L. Matthews from the Bridge. I just wanted answers. I've called years and have never had a phone call answered. I was told that you felt I wasn't in need of shelter. What happened was I signed up for a bed, waited all day, and I was put on the list and had a bed. Then they came and told me that I couldn't get the shelter because he felt that I was not in need of shelter. Then we have this group right here. This is incredible. Coming on this side. I want to show you the other videos of how I've had to flee several different environments because I think that's critical to know how much power is abused. And for some reason, he crossed on this side and they're still on that side. And they're deliberately talking loud. That's not a normal conversation to be that loud. So it's fruitless. I've never met, I was told you that I felt I was in need of shelter. I'm not quite sure how you could feel that way if you know Denise has signed me up for housing in 2019 and Alvin signed me up for housing in 2022 and it disappeared 14 months later. I should now have eligibility. I never got evidence. I never got it. Evidence that people are scheming to keep me from housing. With this knowledge, you chose to deny me shelter and conspire with it. Nonetheless, you stated you were signing me up for the housing that multiple staff sabotaged over a course of 5 years. When location to location does this, it puts my safety at risk. I already informed you of this, and you give me a call or at your earliest convenience at the number below. This is where a group came next to me and talked. Always on my side of the street. And they kept getting closer and closer. I don't know what you heard. It stopped recording on its own. They came next to me to have a loud conversation, and I had to move locations. On my side of the street. I asked them if they were waiting on the ride, and was ignored. So you see where they're at? You see how they got closer? This is my second attempt. Another person had a phone call over here. So they're getting closer and closer to me. They were about to sign. So I left that environment. That's the man. I know he's a gang stalker. They're at each coordinate. He's faking being asleep so he don't get charges. Then we got this lady right here deliberately blocking my path when I'm trying to flee and come to this area. Some kind of way decided to come right in front of me and be rude. Then after I came over here, she came back and stood over there until I recorded her. So these are all the emails. Okay. This is with North Texas Behavioral Health Authority. They're claiming that I'm this mentally ill, deranged person and not fit to live on my own, but won't give me housing. So he states, what housing did you apply for? We have no details. I sent him information and he has my email. We've had correspondence, and now so he don't get his charges, he claims he don't have details. So now, since I sent him emails showing where we had correspondence and I actually spoke to him, the last email was sent of January of 2022, and now they were trying to hide the information so you don't see his name, so he's not incriminated. I told him, I'm sorry, my email was hacked and I've had several glitches and your name was removed from several of our past interactions where I sent you countless check stubs multiple times. I was told you didn't get them. My information for child support and other personal information. However, everything was not manipulated quick enough. Then I'm asking him if he got the emails I sent. For some reason, all my housing applications have disappeared. So I said, your email has disappeared when you stated you have no records of me for housing. I have experienced this years, all housing assistance. It's all, after all my attempts all over, I never get it years. However, they didn't have time to alter my doctor drafts. I sent replying to your email. I've attached what they have tried to hide. It went somewhere else. This has happened years to cover for crimes. I state I'm in a serious domestic abuse situation, so housing is imperative. It's saying right here, please print and sign the date section 1 of this document. You can then forward it to your employer and have them send it directly to me. In addition to this document, I will need the most recent 2 months pay stubs and your debit card info. Please call me at your next break so we can retrieve that card information. So they needed to know what I was buying. I'm not quite certain if I already said this because I've done several videos, but they were trying to scam and give me housing for the first time when I first got moved into my apartment. But I took it anyway, and they weren't prepared for that. So he's saying you will be, you're providing email from 2021. That specific program is no longer in place, and we are not accepting applications for our tenant-based rental assistance program. At this point, we will be better served at contacting 211 on your local housing authority for additional resources. You may also go here and complete an application for emergency rental assistance if you meet the qualifications. Then I respond, I think we are deflecting on why you sabotaged my housing and never responded back or returned my calls. He states he didn't get a call of some kind of form. I said, if we had all that prior correspondence, why didn't I get the housing, and why did it disappear after I gave you all my personal information? And then I informed him why he returned any of my calls. This is for the attorney that sabotaged legal assistance and claimed that she sent me 7 emails. And that's why they're in all the videos in each location I go to in that strange vehicle. I said, I'm not quite sure of your inability to hear that I didn't get the emails. I think you don't want me to have the vital information because you never sent it to me. I would like the 7 emails you sent because I didn't get them, and she never gave them to me. So I was in Fort Worth, and this attorney wanted me to go to Lew Sterrett, and I've had multiple different false arrests that I should have had time served on these tickets that were almost a decade ago. So I asked her why she wanted me to go to Lew Sterrett only when there was 10 other locations, multiple different other locations I could have went. Since you know I'm in Austin, is there any options to get the records without going in person? What about the latest one in Fort Worth, and what am I being mailed? So she got there in Marion County. I got the tickets around the same time in Marion County, but somehow she was able to dismiss 2, but not the 3rd one. That doesn't make sense. Conspiracy to violate rights is a felony charge, and the reason why I'm recording this is because I think that's what's happening. So she sent me all kind of bogus tickets and things that I didn't get. Sorry about the separate emails, but the documentation you sent me was unclear and jam-packed of bogus tickets I never got. I would just like the ticket information on what you worked on. All those tickets in 2019 never happened, and the bell jumping never happened. We couldn't get a common ground of things because you refused to call and involve me. Once again, my email is making it difficult. It's hiding the information she sent me, so I have to go locate it. It should be in this email. So she's saying if you search your email, you will be able to find our email correspondence in your email inbox. And we also called and physical mailed to the address we had on file for you. The blatant lies. She may have sent the mail out. They were committing crimes at all my locations, so I don't get mail. She did not call me. And if she did, I didn't get it. But if I'm asking you to send me the emails repeatedly over and over, I didn't get them. Why would you tell me to go search? This keeps coming up. This is new. This happened with other devices and games downloading on their own. So she won't supply the emails because she know that she was trying to sabotage my legal assistance and wanted me stuck with these tickets. So the legal representation I got me nowhere. She's not doing anything. But since doing that is a crime, they had the scam that she attempted. And it's my fault I didn't respond on all these emails. It's all my fault that they didn't do their job, and I'm the blame for it. So it was virtually useless. And I had to go play games 6 months to get this legal representation. In some kind of way, I was railroaded to speak with her, but I was asking for help for protection orders and for things regarding the crimes to keep me away from my child. She won't help me on this felony charge I have, and it's supposed to be a misdemeanor. No one will stick me with a felony charge in corruption. So this right here, as I said, my email glitched and I didn't get the email. Once again, I'm not in that area. I thought when I was in jail on false charges, that would be sufficient to take care of the tickets. Catch-22s all over the place makes it impossible for me to get justice. This legal aid refused to let me have any control of the services I was getting, denied me assistance in education with a protective order, any knowledge to combat government officials taking bribes to keep me away from my kids, any knowledge on a remedy to combat police abusing power to railroad my life to the degree of 20-something false arrests. Did you guys report it? And any remedy for me getting a felony charge for a misdemeanor crime? Isn't this illegal? We have never discussed that, period. This was when I informed the apartment complex, tried to give you something about the eviction that they let build up to $7,000 in malice. I wrote them a letter saying that I was in jail on time served, got locked on the balcony. It seemed like it was impossible for that to happen, and all kind of other abuse from the apartment complex that I was railroaded to live in. So, being fleeing a domestic abuse crisis, you're not supposed to have an eviction. And I also wrote them and told them I was in jail on false charges. They ignored me too, and let the eviction build up to $7,000 in malice. I told them I was in jail with time served, and they wouldn't let me out. And then when I called them, they kept hanging up in my face to get clarity on what was going on. Someone from PNS had to call and get information because they wouldn't give it to me. I called on my phone to the city to find out about the eviction because they kept hanging up in my face, and the city wouldn't tell me anything either. So they tried to, in Fort Worth, trying to get a protection order. They were trying to sabotage it. And then page 5 is missing, trying to conceal things that happened. And then when I came, they called the police on me for trying to get a protection order in Fort Worth. This is the person I was trying to get the protection order against, which they called the police on me to make sure I never got it. I did housing. This is for the information for the Denton Housing Authority waiting list. I signed up for it and never got it. So these are the problems that I have online trying to attend support groups. I can't even get in with the code. Were you able to get in? I'm just seeing your email. If not, try this. So online it's being controlled too. And multiple times I have not been able to get in on these online support groups. This is an AN program organization with Al Sharpton that I've applied for multiple different times and never got it. They demanded all these arrests I had. I said it's so many that, can I just give you some of them? They played games for over a year and then denied me assistance. Didn't do anything. I don't know who I was talking to. Here's another meetup group. In my meetup groups, I showed that there's one person. So I think I'm being scammed and my meetup is being controlled. That's why I'm having so many problems getting in these groups. My phone will not let me find anything in domestic violence, period. This is the email of the court correspondence for the 255th District Court with Scott Beecham. I have to report it to them child abuse and crimes to keep me away from my daughter repeatedly over and over, and they keep covering for it. So when I went to court, I believe that was March of 2019, they said I wasn't in court right and rescheduled it. And then Kim Cook said some kind of scam that I couldn't appear at court either. What was happening, the stepmom wasn't coming. The dad had a stroke and not in his right frame of mind. So they're letting my daughter's stepmom, which had been abusive to my daughter and had bruises on her, and CPS flipped it back on me and called my contacts to make sure I wasn't abusive. I didn't know I was targeted then. That was 2011. Now they can't find it and won't give me records. Nonetheless, I have reported this to Kim Cooks and Scott Beecham. When they got incriminated, they enlisted Mary Murphy to terminate my rights, who I've never met. So they wouldn't get charges. So this is when I reported to him all the crimes, and he's still ignoring me and haven't done nothing. This is the Zoom meeting that we had, and I was reporting it to get ignored. This is all the correspondence I have with the guy in housing to get ignored. For sending back multiple different times, he claimed he didn't see it. There was another support group that I didn't get a response for. Why am I not getting emails? This is FLP, where they had to supervise visits and corruption. And they want to know if I'm still interested in services. Yes, I'm still interested in service. Can I come in? Can someone please call me? She said attach your court services, court status report. After reviewing the court status report, can you please let us know if you would like to remain on the wait list? So they conned that it was a waiting list to see your child. This is who it was, and they haven't responded to emails. After I sent all the information, they put me on a wait list. She said that they had victim advocates. I said, can you have one call me? And they never did. Then it changed to you got to contact legal aid directly. They didn't offer it anymore. Oh, this is for the Family Place. I'm sorry. Family Place Domestic Violence Organization. They referred me to it from Family FLP. So I flat out, this is Family Place. This is a supervisor because they kept playing games and wouldn't give me services for the Family Place. I said flat out, are you denying me services? I asked for you guys to reach out to them. They're saying that they can't do anything with the protection order because the police won't investigate the reports and they can't find any of the report numbers. They are supposed to reach out to the police department and make sure they're investigating these reports I'm getting, but they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Then I said, "You promised to call me today. Are you avoiding me? There are some other issues I wanted to discuss with you." So since they got tired of scamming to keep me from services, they just called security when I went back to the family place to have the security remove me and insult me and mistreat me. And security already knew my business because I worked off in the Redbird Mall. And he said that if I got a criminal trespass at that location close to Redbird Mall, it includes all the surrounding businesses, which is not possible. But they were trying to keep me from scaring me until believing that I have a criminal trespass from my job. So this is a correspondence from Carmen with the family place. Yes, I'm still interested in legal services. I never got it. What happened to the other legal services like housing? Can I get all the services that I need that you offer? I never got it. We can talk about a service plan. It never happened. We got another vehicle. In another video, I showed another vehicle coming over here just to sit in the car being loud. This is the second one. So this was supposed to be someone that helps with false arrests and things. I don't know if it was an attorney. So I said right to go to court, denied multiple times, right to recreation and medical and other occasions, put in isolation out of abuse or corruption, false arrests or in the teens, my phone number, and never got a call or returned email.